Hey there, first grade. Miss Spearman here. We're going to continue talking about objects and patterns in the sky. This time we're going to be talking about objects in the nighttime sky.
Missing the moon? If found, call Moby? Don't worry, Moby. The moon isn't missing. What is the moon? The moon is the Earth's closest neighbor in space. It's a huge piece of rock that goes around our planet. The moon is big, but much smaller than Earth. Nope. The moon isn't made of cheese. It's dry and rocky. The moon has mountains and valleys, just like Earth. It also has craters, or holes made by rocks that crashed into the moon long ago. How does the moon move? It takes 24 hours for the Earth to spin all the way around. The moon orbits, or goes around the Earth. It takes about 28 days for the moon to orbit the Earth. While the moon orbits the Earth orbits the sun. Every day we see the sun rise in the east and set in the west. We can see the moon do the same thing. It rises in the east and sets in the west. We see the sun and the moon move across the sky because of the Earth's rotation.
Two kinds of objects that we see at night are the stars and the moon. We don't see them during the daytime because of the sun, but at night we can see them. Night always follows day. On many nights you can see the moon in the sky. The moon is a large ball of rock that circles Earth. The moon seems to shine, but the moon does not give off its own light. The moon reflects light from the sun. On a clear night, you can see many stars. Stars are balls of hot gases. These gases give off light. The light is what you see from Earth. Stars look tiny because they are far away. A telescope can help you see them better. It makes objects look bigger. Now let's talk about patterns that we see in the nighttime sky.
Phases of the moon. The moon doesn't make its own light or heat like the sun. We can see the moon because the sun's light shines on it. Well, let's pretend my flashlight is the sun and you're the moon. The light only shines on part of you. The other side is too dark to see. One side of the moon is always lit by the sun. As the moon rotates and orbits the Earth, different parts of the moon are lit by the sun. The moon looks like it's changing shape, but really it's just going through phases. The first phase of the moon is called the new moon. The sun lights the side of the moon that faces away from Earth. The side of the moon that faces us is dark, so we can't see it. 14 days after the new moon, we see a full moon. During a full moon, the sun lights the side of the moon that faces us. Then after that, we can see less and less of the moon. After about 28 days, the cycle starts over.
The shape of the moon seems to change. These changes are called phases. Phases are the moon's pattern of light and darkness that you see as the moon moves. The phases repeat each month. Let's take a closer look at some of the moon's phases.
The moon doesn't give off its own light. We see the part of the moon that the sun shines on. As the moon moves across the sky, its shape seems to change. Sometimes you can't see the moon. This phase, or shape you see, is called the new moon. Around the 8th day of the month, the moon looks like a half circle. This phase is called the first quarter moon. Around the middle of the month, the moon looks like a full circle. This phase is called the full moon. The moon looks like a half circle again. This is the third quarter moon. This phase happens about 1 week after the full moon. The pattern of the moon's phases, or shapes, repeats every month.
What does the shape of the moon seem to look like? Can you sort the phases of the moon by shape? Which one's the whole circle? What about the half circle? Great job! The full moon looks like a whole circle. The first quarter moon and the third quarter moon each look like a half circle.
Anyway, Moby, the moon definitely isn't missing, so you don't have to worry. Nice moonwalk.
Great job, first grade. See you next time.